Our next guest is a travel company who's made a massive pivot during the pandemic. From organising corporate travel, they now have shifted gears to focus on corporate wellness and how companies can step up to improve staff wellbeing and support their employees through this challenging time. Here to tell us more is the Complete Business Travel General Manager, Miriam Fois. Hi, Miriam.
Good morning, Alana.
Now, tell us a little bit about the massive pivot that your company has had to make during this time, because obviously you've gone from planning business trips to working in wellness. Tell us a little bit about that transition.
Yeah, well, this latest pandemic that's COVID-19 has certainly brought the aviation and travel industry to our knees. So we are actually an award-winning travel management company based in Brisbane. But yes, we've been forced to pivot and diversify our business model, but diversifying into something that's very relevant, which is that of corporate wellness. So wellness in itself is an active process of being aware and making choices that lead towards an outcome of holistic health and well-being. And it's part of our decisions that we make daily, consciously and subconsciously, about what we do physically, mentally and socially. And it can even include what affects us financially, as well as our personal growth and learning.
So I think, a lot of companies are aware that they want their employees to be well when we use that word well, but what are the tangible things that they need to be putting in place to ensure this? And how are you sort of getting those messages out during this time?
Well, COVID-19 has certainly put employee wellness in the spotlight, but looking after your employees will have benefits long after the virus has passed. The physical and mental health of staff is directly linked to productivity and engagement, so it certainly pays to make employee wellbeing a priority. I think many businesses understand the need to promote a healthier and more productive workforce, but it often ends up in the too hard basket. But what we've done at Complete Business Travel we've found a simple, cost-effective solution for companies to roll out a wellness program. So we've partnered with a new wellness streaming service called Switch Plus, which gives members unlimited access to world-class trainers and coaches, and members can choose from hundreds of online sessions, which range from yoga to Tai Chi, right through to personal development and much more. And this can be done from any location across any age group. And we're welcoming new vendors to this platform every day, and members can draw on content that's relevant to them and their own wellness journey.
So Miriam, what are some of the negative outcomes that can arise in businesses if staff wellness and engagement isn't managed properly?
Yeah, well, I think taking care of employees is a sign of a good employer, but it also makes good business sense. Improved personal health leads to less sick days, which in turn reduces the cost of absenteeism in the workplace. In 2019, absenteeism in Australia increased to an average of 11.2 days per employee. This increase in days off cost our Australian economy about $35 billion in loss of wages and productivity. And early indicators predict that this will skyrocket in 2020. So investing in your workforce's well-being can save employees in the long run. It improves engagement and it'll reduce your staff turnovers. So studies have shown that when a company invests in an effective wellness program, there's a jump in employee morale, job satisfaction, and the overall mood of the business is elevated. Sadly, only 10% of the workforce has access.
I was just going to say, it's just such an interesting time, isn't it? Because I think when we all started dealing with COVID-19 back in March, and a lot of companies had to do that pivot to, a remote model, and it was a bit of a novelty for everyone. Everyone was quite happy to work at home. But now I think we're starting to see, particularly in Victoria, as we're really hopefully coming to the tail end of that second lockdown, in regards to people feeling really isolated, that company culture is really hard to maintain. People are feeling really disconnected and not having that social aspect as well of what people are dealing with when they normally go to an office.
Yeah, that's right, Alana. I mean, companies have certainly got a lot on their plate. Like you mentioned, trying to diversify their business, managing remote workforces. And with all this change and uncertainty comes that additional pressure, which certainly does affect the wellbeing of staff. So it's important more than ever to find ways to keep employees healthy, engaged and productive. So even working from home can pose health risks. People are less active. We're no longer commuting to public transport, walking between meetings and going out at lunchtime for fresh air.
So where can people find out more, Miriam, if they want to look into these webinars and all the details on where they can improve all this?
Yes, we're on Facebook and LinkedIn, obviously, and all the information about Switch Plus is on our website, which is cbtravel.com.au.
Well, Miriam, thanks for joining us. Thanks for your insight this morning.
Great. Thanks for having me, Alana. Thank you.